Hello, guys. Thank you all for joining to watch another episode here at Investing with All I See is W. Well, today I wanted to make this video to share with you some highlights that I've learned, and I wanted to share that experience with you. And before I begin, this whole positive change with my lifestyle wasn't necessarily a goal I wanted to achieve, but it just so happened where naturally my mindset had change in terms of not letting my own routine way think take control of how I want to improve. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is my experience with changing how I view self pleasure and masturbation. So I was able to come across 100 days without masturbating, and this has been a big change for me because growing up as a kid up through college, I was always just jerking that off, right? I mean, that's a common thing. I mean, with your friends, you talk about it and it's considered a normal thing because we are all biological humans where we have to provide ourselves pleasure, because if we resist, then that means it's going against our own genetics. But one of the things I wanted to share with you was the fact that I didn't initially plan for this. And what may have occurred is the fact that, I've gone through like a separation with my first marriage, and where I am today compared to where I was before. Like, for example, during my initial marriage, I felt like it was more along the lines of just continuous masturbation every morning, continuing to do what I do. And once I was done with that, I'd get ready to start my day. But I just felt like it was so routine, and the fact that I'm looking at a screen on my phone and just getting that sensory inputs, I just felt like it was unreal. And even though I was able to get the pleasure, I felt like, what would happen if I continue to do this in the long run? I began to visualize that, hey, I don't want to be this person where I'm just going to continue doing this. And surprisingly, like after my marriage separation and divorce, I feel like my mind was thinking along the lines of just clarity, and my mental acuity has just improved significantly. And me just being on my own now, like where I'm not part of that marriage anymore, I just feel like now I'm just more confident. My mental acuity is sharp, and I don't think down there and I let up here think. And that has been one of the best outcomes for me. And I just felt like before I would always feel less confident just knowing that I continue doing what I do with masturbation. And one thing I wanted to share with you is, if you're planning on paving away from that lifestyle with masturbation, self-pleasure, where you want to just not do that anymore, then try not to kill yourself. Let's say if you are addicted to it, try to think, okay, what would be the whole purpose of this? Why do I want to achieve this, right? Because I'm sure if you set goals like, okay, I don't want to do it for like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or a week, then it really will mess with your head. Try to really understand why are you doing what you're trying to achieve. And I think that will help you move far. With me, my whole situation was the fact that I've gone through a marriage separation, divorce, and that's what really set myself much different than how I was thinking before. And I knew that I was starting from the bottom where my mindset, I was feeling just so much pressure, but I didn't revert to just masturbation. And it's amazing because as you're going through like a healing process where you're trying to focus on yourself with forward thinking, where you're trying to build on yourself, your own identity again, I just felt like the whole aspect of masturbation was just out of the equation because it's more along the lines of thinking with my brain as opposed to thinking with my genital. And I think it's been really helpful for me because now, if I were to compare where I am today compared to where I was previously months ago, I feel much more confident, and I feel like that's not what I'm meant for, right? Waking up every day and just enjoying it, because that means you're not really living out your own purpose, why you exist in this world, right? To figure out what your true passion and what your true skill sets are. Because with skill sets, it's all about, self-developing and understanding how you can improve on the skills that you're exposed to. And that's what really drives improvement in what you do in life. And I feel like me not manipulating my own self through masturbation each day, I'm able to think outside the box and know that what I am doing is for the better. And it's definitely has made me much more confident. And I feel like I really don't need that anymore. And what's amazing is I haven't really searched up any like websites related to what will get me turned on, and that's amazing, right? I mean, now it's more along the lines of looking at data that's more value add to me rather than spending so much time on just pornography and all that. And I just wanted to share my insights to you because I feel like if I can achieve this without me even realizing this was a goal that I unconsciously set for myself, then it's possible for all of you to break out of it as well. And what I'm saying is it's not like detrimental to your health for you to be doing, the masturbation. There's no scientific proof, but what I know is that it's all up to you to make your own decision, right? I mean, we all can decide among ourselves. We're all adults here, but one thing I wanted to share with you is that, think more along the lines of what value would it add for you not to do it, and what value would it add for you to continue doing it. Of course, you'll get that simple pleasure, but what are going to be the consequences to that, right? How is this addiction going to play out when you get older, and what really attracts you on the screen looking at sensors, and will that stick with you? And let's say, with real physical like attraction, like how would you, with your comfort zone of watching the screen, how will that impact your own physical attractiveness to others? So that's why I feel like there's just so many benefits for you not to do it, but you are your own leader and you can, you make your own decision. But in terms of just mental focus, what I have experienced within the past few months is that my mind is so sharp. I'm able to prioritize and just think in terms of what needs to be achieved, whether it's at work, whether it's my own personal development. And when I talk about personal development and just paving a way from masturbation, I feel like this is going to be a start to many new things where I will begin to learn and be able to do things that really matter as opposed to spending time doing that. And what happens is it really depletes you as well. And I feel like if I were to do what I used to do every morning now, then my mindset would just be out of whack in the gray zone area, and I won't be able to prioritize and think efficiently and effectively with what I want to accomplish with life. And let's say if this is a goal that you want to achieve, then just do it, right? I mean, just tell yourself that these are just all sensory inputs and it's fake, it's not real. And how about you trying the real thing? I mean, that may be more pleasurable, and I think that's more intimate as opposed to you doing what you're doing on the screen. And for me, I just feel like I'm so much more confident and I have no urge to even look at it anymore. And it's crazy because I didn't like set this goal explicitly, or I didn't tell myself I wanted to stop. It just so happened to just stop because of my life event that I've gone through. And I just realized that I need to grow stronger, and being able to grow stronger required for me to not do what I'm used to doing, and that's just masturbation in the morning or nighttime. And I wanted to share this back to the community because this is a big problem that we all have encountered, and this is going to continue to grow because porn is not going away, right? I mean, this is like one of the biggest things like out in the real world, right? With the internet, I mean, most people are so occupied watching pornography. And let's say if we have less people occupied watching all of that stuff, what value can that bring to society and for yourself as well as your family and all of that? So, I mean, when you think about it, right, let's say if you're trying to focus on your own personal self with you growing, then try to think in terms of what value does this add to my lifestyle. And for me, going through that situation with what I've gone through in the past, I've learned that I'm not going to waste my time with masturbation and pleasuring myself when I can be learning and applying things that my skill sets are good at. And that's what I wanted to share with you. My way of growing out from a big addiction that I had. And I'm confident that you all can do the same. And I'm excited to hear your story and how much it has impacted you and what does it take for you to break out of that norm, because I'm sure we all have those second thoughts about, hey, let's stop the whole masturbation piece. But there's so many good things that come out from not doing it. But then again, it's your own body, your own mind for you to decide. But just wanted to share with you my insights on just the positivity of breaking away from masturbation. And I'm just so excited to accomplish the 100 days or so. And I won't be surprised if I past the 1 year marker. That's just how I think of it. And what I do foresee is, let's say if you're a guy who's single out there in this world and you masturbate every day. I mean, think about it. What if a girl down the street that you see, walks down? Are you going to look at her in a natural way, or are you going to be looking at her the way you look at girls on the screen? So think about that, because the confidence will come out when you don't rely on the screen porno, when the real thing will definitely bring out the confidence in you. And let's say if you're deprived with the real thing and you haven't done any masturbation, I'm going to tell you 100% the natural response for men will be naturally looking for girls that have that attractiveness. And I'm sure your own style, your swag will come out, as opposed to the traditional you of staring at the screen and you trying to be what you think you are. So I hope that explains the value it can add for you to minimize or try to eliminate that habit from your lifestyle. And I will tell you, there will be so much more gains that will come into your lifestyle. So overall, I hope that this personal development video has helped you, because it definitely has helped me. And I'd love to hear feedback from you with your story. So thank you so much for watching another episode here at Investing with All I See Is W. Thank you.